Welcome everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another live stream, and it's the first live stream of 2023 and I'm doing it from Brazil right now. So it's the first holiday hangout. Welcome everyone to this one. And I hope the quality is all right because I'm not sure about the internet connection here. So please let me know in the live chat if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see me loud and clear. So topics for today, no matter what, if you joined right now in a live stream or if you're watching this afterwards, I will try to put in chapters so you can find yourself or your topics within this live stream. But for everyone else, the topics will be mostly Wyre, the breakdown of Wyre, the payment provider for Veve, for Ecomi and Veve, for our collectibles that we have been using for a couple of months. Before that, we didn't have cash out. So we are going to talk about this one. We are going to go into an article about this one. And then we are also going to go over some things that are happening in the space, some comments from the community, and into Silvergate breakdown, the Silvergate bank, because I think it's a similar or it's almost the same but better described problem as Wyre, so that we know what is actually happening right now in the space. And if there is time left, we can go over into the macro, but we are going to focus really on this contagion effect that is happening right now throughout the crypto space, and it is right now heavily affecting Veve investors, Veve collectors, the Veve fam, the ultimately also everyone who is holding Ecomi, because obviously Veve is the backbone of Ecomi. So welcome everyone here in the chat. We already have all chat gaming. What is going on? Looks good, sounds good. That is a good message here. So happy new year to you guys that are already here in the channel, and thanks for supporting me all the time, even though I have not been making live streams. If you want to support me right now, smash up the like on this one, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like crypto at this moment very much, and isn't putting out the videos as much as before, because we can go into this later sentiment of overall Google search results for crypto are very bad right now, which could implicate that we are very close to a bottom. Small whales are buying. That is a very great message. Or you are a small whale that is buying T2 420. Welcome to the channel as well here. I hope you have already your whale stack, or you are accumulating your whale stack. I've posted this. Follow me on Twitter as well. I've posted this. I think I'm around 450 collectibles or so. Still 1.5 million OMI. I haven't stacked up on OMI yet. This is the plan for January, but let me know if you have already made your first purchases in 2023. With that said, I think it's good to right jump into the matter only. We need to do some housekeeping here. Before you know the drill, I am a crypto and NFT investor and not your financial advisor. So please do your own research before you ape full degen into the Ecomi token and or the Veve collectibles or any other investment opportunity that we are talking about here. Also, this is only one data point into all of your overall analysis. So do your own research by any means. This is the best that you can do to yourself, because you are also educating yourselves. Genuine is here. Welcome back in 2023. I've seen you around on almost all of my live streams, so glad to see you here as well. So I think the other part is that I want to quickly thank everyone who is either subscribed as a channel member here on YouTube or as a Patreon, and therefore I will quickly put this up here. I want to welcome, you can find the link in the video description if you want to become a Patreon. Mint number 11 goes to Andre, my new Patreon, and Alien Object, Ted Harbor, Sebastian, Top Dog, and Tristan Boreal are still with me. So these are the last men standing throughout this bear market. I want to especially thank you all for supporting me here. Other than that, also the link to my Twitter is in the description, so please make sure to follow me there as well if you are not following yet. Justin says, dang, we are spoiled with the nature videos. Yes, and as you can see here, it's a sun-flooded room. I will go out into nature afterwards, but since we have so many articles here, and I want to go into a little bit into that, what happened with Wyre for Veve, I wanted to not do this outside, because actually, like, memorizing everything before is pretty hard when you're dealing with numbers and statements that should be read out. If I give my thoughts on a specific matter, it's easier to do it in nature than if you really have to look at some things. That said, when we are looking at these things, it will be a little bit messy because I only have a notebook here, which also might be the result of a little bit worse sound quality as you're used to. And we have N and one Kenobi here. So I will be sharing my screen, but only having one screen. It will basically show my StreamYard interface before going into any article, which also means that I will have to come back from time to time to read the comments. But I think we can all get this done together. So let's jump right into this. I will share my screen here now. So as you can see here, you see all the chat. So first of all, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm at close to 3,000 subscribers. Would be cool to get to 3,000 eventually. And as mentioned before, yes, there are a lot of nature videos, as you can see here. If you haven't checked them out yet, make sure to check them out here on my channel. I have been trying to get as many nature backdrops, different ones here in Brazil as possible, but also on the other hand, enjoying my vacation here in Brazil. Now let's get into what happened with Wyre, and for this purpose, I have picked out this from many articles that are out there right now. I've picked out this one because I think it's the best put together that I've seen right now from the ones that I've read. So as you can see here, from 1.5 billion to $0, not even a multi-dollar company anymore, crypto payments platform Wyre shuts down. And we can read here, crypto payments and infrastructure provider company Wyre is shutting down month after, I will get this a little bit bigger for you, months after Bolt Finance scrapped a 1.5 billion deal by the firm. So Bolt Finance, if I understand this right, wanted to take over Wyre, and in the last moment didn't pull through with the deal, didn't invest the 1.5 billion US dollars because of the crypto contagion effect, obviously, and we can see this in other companies as well, that they are pulling out of their investments. And so Wyre is was having severe problems. Now, for everyone who doesn't know, Wyre is the company that executes or helps Veve do the cash out option that we have right now in the Veve app. So whenever you have or you pass the limit of 500 gems, and you could cash out, then it was Wyre who enabled the transfer for the cash out. I don't know if it's only the cash out functionalities that were enabled for fiat cash out, or if it was also the crypto cash out. Potentially, it was the crypto cash out as well, because these cash outs were all terminated right now, so no one in the Veve fam can cash out anymore, and some people got caught exactly in the middle of this turnout. So they got the mail that their cash out went through, but the cash out didn't go through in the end. So yeah, as you can read here, just let me check real quick. So I'm still here with my video, okay? So Wyre was first founded in 2013. So the company has gone through bear markets already. So that was probably not the only reason that we were in a bear market that caught them off guard. So they've initially raised a couple of million to fund Guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. I lost the internet connection. I hope you guys are still here. um, so yeah, let me know if you can. I'm back here. I think the internet connection collapsed totally for like about 1 or 2 minutes. So sorry about that. RIP hotel Wi-Fi. Yes. Uh, Why is 500 not attractive? Okay, 500 minimum is not attractive at all as a cash out limit. Yeah, we have seen that it was 1,000 before the cash out limit, and they have lowered it to 500. So you can expect that they will lower it again to almost nothing. I think that was part of the introduction and testing phase, but right now they had it at 500, and I think after a while it will go lower and lower again. Brazil is actually not dark right now. I hope I don't know when exactly the internet connection collapsed, but I was sharing here the screen. I hope it was not the reason for that, but I have to set this up right now again to show the full screen here. But I was in this in the article of in the process here of showing that Pantera Capital has invested in Wyre, and showing this also in the Pantera Capital list. I hope you can see this here right now. You should be seeing this right now. So they were early investors in a lot of companies like this, also in Coinbase. And as you can see here, if you go way to the end of the list, you can see here Wyre was also a financial venture for them. So as we can see here right now, then that they have posted on LinkedIn in December 31st, 2022, that Wyre wouldn't continue as a profitable business. So they had big problems in profitability, which, as we will see later in an article, if the internet doesn't kill me again, is also the bigger problem of the Silvergate crypto bank right now. And former employees told Axios that Generis had sent an email during holiday season informing team members that Wyre would liquidate and terminate its offerings in January 2023, which also affects Veve and which also affects other projects, including other projects on IMX. We will see that later. Veve Vault has posted it before. Let me just check the comments quickly. So Genuine says, is everything all right? We see. Okay, that's good. So getting back here to this is Dunworth stepped down from Wyre and cashed out 12.5% of its holdings at the company soon after tech platform Bolt failed to acquire the company in September last year. So basically, they saw that if it wouldn't be acquired with those 1.5 billion deal, there was already no chance of saving it. Probably Veve knew before us, and some people criticized that Veve didn't inform everyone that this would be happening. But to be honest, if they would have said something to the community about this, they would have caused a bank run on gems, which is also not the purpose for people to cash out quickly. I think they did it the right way. They waited until the official notice comes out, and then people discovered it, and they brought out a statement a couple of hours later, as we will see in a second. So according to Dunworth, crypto market volatility and general market conditions in tech had been one of the main reasons for the deal falling through. So meaning that Bolt, who was to invest into Wyre here, saw the problems with the crypto contagion early and didn't go through with the investment because of that. And as we can see, they were right with this, because if Wyre isn't profitable right now in this area, then they would have invested in a non-profitable enterprise there. Fintech writer Noah Weidner suspects that the company may have experienced balance sheet issues as early as September, which basically means, reading between the lines, balance sheet issues is exactly what brought so many exchanges and other companies into huge problems in the crypto market, because they had coins like FTT token or Luna in their balance sheets, and valuing those in the balance sheets at a certain dollar level. For example, Terra Luna at $85 or so, and right after it was worth a couple of cents. So they said here, I sent an email to Wyre some months back asking about their yield product, in large part because Wyre and yield was used by a bunch of small CDFI and fintech apps. Their response insinuated Wyre and yield had been closed for months, but some apps were still using it for their treasury. So seems like the DeFi applications and other applications didn't run for a longer time. So there we could say, okay, it's criticizable that Veve didn't know about this. So let me know what you think about all of this. And thanks for always keeping us up to date. My pleasure, guys. Is something that I really enjoy a lot to do. And if you like it, then I will like it even more. And Anand Kenobi, welcome as a channel member. Much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you can. I have set up something that you can put a red circle on to the side of here in the onto the side of your name in the chat. Maybe you can try that out if that works as a channel member. Although if it doesn't work, I will work in the next weeks on getting you the emote and stuff like that ready, if that you can use it in the chat. Speaking of that, oh, it says here, for a show of support. Wow, what the heck, Vitimon? I hope you didn't if you didn't write this wrong, I'm very flattered. It's by $99.99. Feliz Ano Novo, PhD. Thank you very much for the Happy New Year wishes in Portuguese. You appreciate my work. I appreciate your support a lot. Holy moly, Anan Kenobi and oh my God. This is the biggest donation that I've ever received in my entire life. So this, no mistake, he says. Oh my God, thank you so much. That's amazing. Holy shit. Damn, thank you so much, Vitimon. I hope this comes back like 1,000x to you. This is truly amazing. We are in a second, like after I recover from this shock, we will go back into the topic here, because there's a lot to look at with Veve and Ecomi. It shows a little bit of a Wi-Fi symbol, so I hope I don't get rug pull here by my Wi-Fi. But I think we should be good. Show support, then a lot of support here. Need to weed out the bad apples and crypto in general. That is true, and that is part of what the washout right now is, right? Nice one, Vitimon. That's over 100,000 Omi. That's true. I think I should put this into Omi, or into new camera setup or whatever to make more live streams. So there will be weekly live streams right now. If you guys enjoy it so much, we need to really do it like every week. It's time to come together as a community and push Veve for interoperability. This is the perfect time for that. Yeah, actually, interoperability is a solution. However, they need obviously to take care of that they don't destroy their business model. So they could show a little bit love with some artists that would be maybe open to do interoperability with a platform. But other than that, I think they should do it carefully. They have always acted carefully, and they are by far not the only ones that are right now affected by the contagion effect. I'm still I'm still flattered by this thing here. So let's get a double donut duck. I don't know, man. I think Omi could be the way. It's a 0007. On the other hand, that's one of the better secret rare comics also. Nature live streams would go hard, yeah, but the problem is that a nature live stream would have to be on the phone, I think. And then, I mean, we could try this out, as Justin says. Interoperability, I'm waiting still, buying artworks. Yeah, I think artworks will be the first ones to get interoperability, and maybe what Blockchain Comics says there is true, that this is the perfect time for them to show this engagement with the community and bring some interoperability with or for the collectibles, where it's easier to align this with artists, maybe not with Disney, but with artists that can give their okay really quickly and do not have to check back with many other institutions and parts of their company and overall strategy and so on. I agree, but so Living Aloha says, I agree, but the big question is the Disney Marvel license, which they say is restrictive. Yeah, it depends on what they signed in a contract. If Veve, even if they would lose the Disney license after a while, if they can then make the collector builds interoperable. In that sense, the Disney collectibles from brand perspective are a low risk one on the app, but in terms of interoperability, they are a higher risk one. But I would honestly prefer it if interoperability in integrating would work vice versa. I would rather like to see that other collectibles from not Veve would be appear in the Veve market. So I would really like to see that they can then capitalize on other stuff on the market, so that they can also bring attention to the Veve marketplace by bringing in bigger projects. Like, for example, if you would allow interoperability for Bored Apes and CryptoPunks, so that they can also be listed and sold on the Veve marketplace, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so let's quickly look at what was the Veve statement, and for that we just leave this one up here. What they said for to the over the thing. So as you can see here, they say, along with all of you, we are learning this morning about pending closure of our payment provider Wyre. If that's true or not is up to them, but if they only learned it in that morning, there was certainly a bad communication with their payment provider, because someone would need to inform them before they would learn from social media. But you all know it happens from time to time, even with football players also, that they don't even know that a contract has been signed, or that they have been kicked out or benched for a match until they read it in the news. So these things can happen. We are making best efforts to work with Wyre on all pending incomplete payouts in the meantime. So I hope that they can still get these over, so that the people that had pending payouts would be getting those. All other payment services remain fully operational. We have infrastructure in place to migrate providers, and will work to do so as soon as possible. But rest assured, there are no plans to remove these features altogether. Which this is a very important statement here from them, because obviously some people, especially in this bear market and this FUD scenario, they already suspected that Veve might use this as an excuse to get rid of cash out altogether, which they cannot do, because basically then the project would be dead, or not the project. I always say project because everything in the crypto space is a project, but the company would kill themselves throughout the bear market if they do this, because they are living off of investors right now. The NFT space, for really to get to mass adoption, will take a couple of years still. Will need another exciting bull run. So right now they are living off of these early investors, early collectors of the degenerates of the space that you and I are. So they cannot do this. We will provide more info as soon as available. Thank you for your understanding. So I hope they will go through and inform, because we all know that one of the biggest problems they ever had was communicating with the entire community. So I like that they put out a thread here. And yeah, let me know what you think about this. Do you think they were negligent, or do you agree with their line of proceeding? Because as I said before, if they had announced this before, if they knew before, and right now it sounds that they didn't know before, but if they knew before and announced it before, they could have caused a bank run on Veve. So there we have one from Tito 420. Ecomi states back in March of 2021 that we will indeed be able to have interoperability down the road. So self-custody will be possible. We aren't going anywhere, is what they said. And I think that is true, but don't expect them to implement this even in 2023. But interoperability, on the other hand, needs to be implemented, because otherwise there will be no interoperability with the Veveverse, with the metaverse. And also there would be no reason to be on an ecosystem like IMX, where all the other projects are, if you wouldn't work with interoperability and make it possible that figures like figurines like the Marvel Mighties would be able to be transferable into other games. And also remember, guys, the Veveverse demo, we have already seen a confirmation of interoperability when we saw that the fishes were floating in the Veveverse fish tank. Whoa, man, what's going on today? You guys are throwing all your Christmas presents at me. I appreciate your work too. Thank you so much, Philippe B. That's truly amazing. Thank you for all the donations, all the appreciation here. Wow, you guys are crazy. You guys are true degens. I like that. Thank you so much. So this will be a hell of an Omi stack, I think. If you take it's like about the 20 euros and euro dollars is almost the same, little bit off, but it's around 120 euros. So that's that's close to 200k Omi, right? Obviously, I think YouTube takes a little bit of these donations. Oh my, what in the heck? Well, you guys started a donation frenzy. Now this is pound. Don't expect me to convert the pound, the 10 pound into dollars right now. But thank you for the 10. I think it's pound, right? Let's get him a new mic. Is it so horrible, the sound, or what? Thank you so much, Anand1, and also Philippe B. That's, you guys are crazy. I mean, look at that. Never in my entire live stream career this happened. Like the Vitimon donation up here. Where is it? Like this never happened in my entire YouTube live stream thing. Like new member, donation. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Yeah, I either new mic or a whole lot of an Omi stack. But honestly, I want to reinvest into the channel so that the content on the site could be better. Obviously, at home I have a microphone, but also a camera needs to. What is what is going on, guys? It's a bear market. Thank you for all your great content. Oh my god, thank you so much, Living Aloha, for the $10 super sticker. Oh my, guys, it's a bear market. If you would have, thank you so much, Justin. If you would have spent all of this, we would have a relief rally right now in the Ecomi token. So thank you for the super sticker. Although I only can see the super sticker in the end, right? I don't know how this works even. After the stream, when I look at it, I can see the sticker that you sent, but in the chat I didn't see it, so I've no clue how, or if the sticker appears in the stream or what. I don't know. You guys tell me. So never in my life I've seen a colorful chat like this. Holy moly! Oh god, throwing me off here already. PhD never saw you stutter before on a live. Yeah, there's a first appearance for everything, like stuttering patient hodler, first time today. Bear market seems to they. I would check the news if they have turned on the money printer again or what. So yeah, bear market doesn't matter. We love what you do. Thank you so much, guys, and I really appreciate doing the live streams for you guys. I really I always think like every day I always think like where can I take a video here, where can I find a nature backdrop that really that gets people excited, or do we have something that we need to bring out? Sometimes after work by bicycle I'm in the fields and like, okay, can I take something here without wind and snow, or something like that, or can I get back home in time to start a live stream? But definitely, guys, this is the biggest motivation for me to really go and do the weekly live streams and all the videos in between. So I'm going to kill myself there for you all to bring out more content and more information. I hope you're all trading well and are making money in this market, guys. I wish you all to get the moonshot Lamborghini stuff in the next bull run, guys. I want to see all of you in the chat going crazy about the gains that you're making. That's my true and honest opinion. Yeah, FA stutter. I mean, if you see this, if you see all of this, like, then you only can stutter. If you think that that most of the live streams you didn't see anything of this in the beginning, and now you get flooded, then you have FA stutter. Let's cross fingers that we hit the final bottom, that either that we hit or that the maximum pain is coming in right now with the spreading contagion effect. Oh my God, they continue. Willy, thank you so much for the €5 super sticker. I will see the sticker afterwards. I don't know what it is. But thank you so much. I'm really flattered. And you have a profile pic there, so maybe he's a YouTuber, and maybe he has a channel that you can check out. Maybe you can get Neymar on and talk about the tattoos on his back. Yeah, actually, if you go way down, you have to go way down in my Twitter list. So I speak fluent Portuguese because my girlfriend is Brazilian. Why I'm in Brazil right now for such a long time. And when this came out with the tattoos on the back and the collectibles came out on Veve early, I tweeted at him in Portuguese, and I think we got some 200 likes and retweets on this tweet from the Veve fam. But he unfortunately didn't answer. But maybe this helped to make him aware of, because that was the time that he bought a Bored Ape. So maybe he got aware of Ecomi and Veve by that. So hopefully we can one day get a Neymar interview. But for that we need all of the likes and subscribes on this video, so that we can grow bigger here, and then we'll bring those on and get the people from the Brazilian Seleção into Veve, so that they can flex with their collectibles. But honestly, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that, that you're throwing that all at me. But let's take a little bit more look here into the content, into what has been mentioned and said before. I have picked out 2 tweets that really are great in my opinion. So let me share the screen once again here and get into those. So first of all, I have Veve Vault here, who says Veve is definitely not the only big company that uses Wyre. How is a company that just signed a deal with GameStop out of business in less than 6 months later? That's a rug pull or horrible management. So as you can see here, there is the Medium article screenshot that he posted here. GameStop launches new NFT. We'll give a like on this one because it's a great find. GameStop launches new NFT marketplace integrated with Wyre. So, and we all know that GameStop is also integrated with IMX. So there's really a big concerning mismanagement going on in those companies, which we also have seen throughout this crypto contagion effect. And this is what someone here in the chat mentioned earlier. We need the washout. And if you are managing your funds so poorly that with all these great integrations here, that you are going out of business, then you did something very, very wrong. And I think the reason for, or what might have happened, is the same that might have happened to the crypto exchanges when they went out of business, because they basically borrowed against funds that are not theirs. And when then people went and withdrew their funds, or in the case of the payment providers, potentially the transactions didn't happen anymore on the level that they were before, but they put themselves into so high debt that the revenue couldn't cover that anymore, then yeah, that might get you out of business with all the great deals that you have. And that is something that we do not want to see anymore in the space. So it's really, really good, even though we have to suffer a little bit in this bear market, that they go out of business. Let me know if you agree on this. And the other one is here from Xavier Torres. I talk quite a bit with him because he also looks a lot of on the mints. Many people know him in Twitter already. He puts a lot of controversial content out, but I think he is really good at bringing it to a point to think about stuff. So he basically says cash out is gone, and we likely won't be getting interoperability soon. It sucks, but it is what it is. One dynamic to be aware of is that without cash out, more gems will start to accumulate in the Veve ecosystem. Veve has a choice of two strategies relating to this influx. One choice is the greedy short-term strategy. As gem liquidity increases, Veve increases additions. This sucks out the extra gems via primary market burns, meaning that if you spend your gems on the primary market instead of the secondary, then the gems go out of the system, because actually Veve is the only one then who can cash out. Veve makes money, prices remain stagnant or decline, and I bet they would be declining, because that was the problem of the last year, basically, after the bull run. And then sentiment continues to decline, user base continues to erode. Or second, smarter long-term strategy, smart in his opinion, Veve maintains low additions. This trapped liquidity flows through the Veve ecosystem, igniting secondary market. Veve makes less money, floors rise, sentiment improves, and user base starts to increase. And I think I would add here, it would also maintain the sentiment in the Veve fam on a higher level, if you can see that prices are actually not declining anymore. And we have seen that this approach of the low additions throughout the last months have caused that the portfolios didn't erode anymore. At least my portfolio, for example, didn't erode anymore at the same speed of the overall crypto market, although we had cash out and although they lowered the level of the cash out. So I think this is a great point of basically this is what Veve did before and what Veve does right now. And what he basically says is we don't want to see Veve right now go to the mode from before, again, with high addition sizes and basically eroding market prices. Because in the end, I think even Veve makes less money is not true if you have a lot of secondary market ignition and repetitive purchasing, because you are capitalizing on these flips and on these back and forth trading. And yes, lower additions can also lead then to higher interest in the overall Veve fam, and also in other people that see, okay, there is an NFT project where drops sell out, where prices are high, where you can make a decent money if you hit a secret rare on the drop or whatever, and where you can where you have gamification and so on. So all the people that are right now frustrated by what is happening on OpenSea, where prices went to zero, those people could be actually attracted towards Veve throughout the bear market if they follow the smarter long-term strategy that Xavier Torres is proposing here, because this would make Veve one of the only NFT projects that would be interesting right now and keep being interesting. On the other hand, Veve needs to take care that they still make money and revenues for their licensors, because obviously otherwise they wouldn't attract new licensors like the Lamborghini that is coming up. We have seen that Robocop is coming right now, so very excited of them still pumping out new licenses. And it says here, finally, historically, Veve has generally chosen the short term. Think pre-bear market when your vault values were declining daily due to 50K edition drops. I guess we'll see now if lessons have been learned or if leadership strategy remains short term. And I think that they see right now the value of this longer term strategy. So I think this is a very great thread. So if you don't follow him, please go and follow him. Retweet this if you like this. This is not FUD at all. This is basically a recommendation. I think that's a very great approach. Let me know, guys, what you think. What do you think about all of this? Justin says GameStop out of touch per usual. Yeah, well, GameStop has been controversial, let's say. Happy New Year, patient hodlers, says Taffy Jones. Yeah, you guys are, if you are here right now watching this and following this closely, you are one of the few. Like, you know, in the world and life, everything that's special, there are only a few people of doing that. Like, there are only a few people that are billionaires and millionaires. Like, there's always this, like, a 1% have it all and 99% have nothing. There are only 1% of the people in the world, they are traveling to several countries. There are only 1% of the people in the world that speak more than 3 or 4 languages, and so on. So and you are one of the few left over, if you are looking at market sentiment, that are still doing their research in NFTs, that are still investing in crypto, that are still looking at the market, where it is going. So compared to the 8 billion people in the world, you are really a lot. Most people have left crypto for good, or until the next bull run, when the next excitement phase is coming. So, and it also reflects, like, take my channel. It also reflects in the channel. Like, before, you did a live stream with 120 people or 100 people. Right now you do a live stream and it's 35 people. But I enjoy it because it's like the quality people have stayed, the people that really want to put thought in, and not only spam and FUD around and so on. And the same accounts for the entire crypto space, even investment like stock space. When the stimulus money came from the health crisis, many people that never have talked about stocks came to me like, I bought this stock, I bought gold, I bought a little bit of Bitcoin. And these people went silent a long time ago. Like, when Terra Luna collapsed, these people asked questions about what is going on, and then afterwards, like, oh, this and that guy brought me into crypto. This will never recover. I'm out. I sold everything. I'm out. Okay. And then and then you're sitting there. It's like, okay, thanks, but this is really not the approach, because these people, when we collapsed from 60 something to 50K, they said they are diamond hands. Like, you realize that the whole narrative of the diamond hands is gone, because the people that have true diamond hands, they don't talk about diamond hands anymore. They just hold. They buy. Actually, they buy. Diamond hands only hold. They buy. This is true, but I think this year will be really a tough year for investments. I 100% agree, because we will be in a grinding, trickling down, sideways action, in my opinion. But we have to keep in mind, I think that's something that Dr. Profit, I think I can try to find it. Dr. Profit made a thread in the beginning of the year where he stated how it usually works with the markets, that the bottom is sometimes in before the maximum pain is achieved in terms of rate hikes and so on. So it could be that we are very close to the bottom. I think this is the first time, last video, the altcoin video, I said it the first time since all the time that my channel exists, or since all the time of the bear market, that I will consider the possibility that the bottom might be in. But overall, I will, and that's also something that I said, overall, I will stick to the only two indicators that basically I use is like if we see a series of lower lows and lower highs, if the downtrend continues, then I will stay with a bearish mindset. But anyways, I think for Veve, the strategy that Xavier put out there or summed it up would be really good. Motili, good evening and Happy New Year. Great to have you here. Great to see you again. Happy New Year to each and everyone who has joined here, 40 people in the channel. Make sure to smash up the like button because the algorithm likes only likes. And if you want to hit the dislike button, this will be effortless because it also counts like a like. But anyway, I would much appreciate it if you make noise for the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's look into what I think is happening right now and could lead us to this maximum pain point that not necessarily has to come with a flash crash. I don't know. Let me look here on the side. We're still moving sideways right below 16,000 in Bitcoin, but there is a bank in trouble again, and that is due to the Lehman-like crypto contagion effect that we have been covering since months here on the channel. So if you see here, Silvergate raised to cover 8.1 billion in withdrawals during crypto meltdown. Banks sold assets. They already sold them. So this could be the last waterfall crash at a loss cover withdrawals and cut 40% of its staff remains committed to crypto. And here in the in this image, here in the middle, we can see it. This is 3 Hours Capital here on in white. There is Voyager, there's Celsius, there's FTX, I think BlockFi, and what is the other one with that and Terra Luna is not in here because it's not an exchange or so. But basically, that's the how they were intertwined to collapse altogether and basically erase billions of user funds from the market. But I found this article very interesting. I want to go into the first part here because it basically outlines what is happening right now and what might have happened to Wyre as well. So the collapse of crypto exchange FTX, which we know was a great really a scam set up by Sam Bankman-Fried, where we hope that this flush out, this contagion effect leads to that these people really get sentences, so that we really see, okay, if you commit fraud in the crypto space, you might end up in jail. So we really need to see this so that the next run will not be dominated by these scam projects again. So sparked a run on Silvergate Capital Corporation. So the stock is down almost 45% right now, forcing the bank to sell assets at a steep loss to cover 8.1 billion in withdrawals. And the problem here is if we were still closer to the top of the crypto space, of the overall crypto market cap, then they wouldn't have had to sell off so many of their crypto assets to be able to cover these 8.1 billion, obviously. But right now that we have already seen all of these collapses, they were forced to liquidate so much that it really hurts. So crypto-related deposits plunged 68% in the fourth quarter. The bank said in an early release of some quarterly results. To satisfy the withdrawals, Silvergate liquidated the debt it was holding on its balance sheet. So people, basically, this is a bank run. This is what, and we need to admit here that at least people were able to reduce their deposits and to reduce their holdings in the bank, and that they didn't shut down all operations. Because if your national bank goes bankrupt, they will not give you a single dollar on the bank machine. So the bank said that they have now to satisfy the withdrawals by selling off assets, and that's obviously very, very bad for for investors that are holding the stock of this bank, because this will cut deep into revenues and will lead the whole thing, the Silvergate, into restructuring. And also, if they sell off assets, those assets can be shares and investments in other companies that then in turn can collapse as well. For example, one of such holdings can be a major share of a crypto exchange's only coin, like the FTT token, that in turn was given out for a loan or something like that. If they sell this off and it plunges and these people cannot pay back the loan anymore and so on. So, you know, the contagion effect can continue just because one of these entities is in trouble again. The 780 million it lost selling the debt far exceeds the bank's total profits since 2013. So imagine this, all the profits that is for investors of stocks and so on, to pay, to invest, to grow, everything since 10 years is erased. And by the way, this is the same year here that they are profitable. It's the same year as Wyre has been founded as well. So in this area, there were a lot of banks and payment providers coming up in the space, which was the first severe run in the space. And now many of these get washed out due to mismanagement. So in consequence, shares fell more than 40%. The bank has laid off 40% of its staff, or about 200 employees. So we can see this is not, and by far not, the biggest bank or the biggest provider that can lay off people. We will see this here. In short, there are other layoffs happening right now that also indicate that now the unemployment rate could rise in consequence of the overall actions of the Fed. And said it would pare back its business. It shelved a plan to launch its own digital currency, writing off 196 million spending on technology that Facebook had built. So Facebook had built and failed to attempt to start a crypto-based payments network, and they have bought this failed technology, basically, which could be one of the investments that they have put through. So last part here, and then we'll go back to you guys. Silvergate caters to companies in the crypto business, taking their deposits and operating a network that links investors to crypto exchanges. So investors to crypto exchanges, this is the network. Seems a lot like Wyre, that also provides the link between an exchange for NFTs like Veve and crypto exchanges on one hand and fiat on-ramp on the other side. So this paragraph here made me think, like, probably a lot of these similar structured companies now, with the 68% decline in processing of transactions, became basically non-profitable anymore, or not profitable anymore, and suffered the same fate. So that's the reason why I wanted to show this article to you. Caters to companies in the crypto business, as Wyre did as well. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you see 0005 Omi token price? Absolutely. So absolutely, in the sense, I can see that happening. It doesn't have to happen, but I can see it definitely happening right now. Also, if Veve, for example, comes out and says that they need to postpone Omi utility because of the new implementation of the cash out provider for Veve, that could be one of the reasons why Omi could plunge a little bit deeper. And then on the other hand, also you have to imagine, even if the new bull run would spark right now, usually the big coins that explode the first, like Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, and then profits trickle down into the altcoins. If like in the last bull run in the beginning, it happened that Bitcoin exploded, but the altcoins were bleeding more because they lost, people moved out of the altcoins, traders moved out of the altcoins to ride the Bitcoin wave, take profits, and go back into that altcoin that is still on the floor. So these whale games will potentially cause this if there was something like a confirmation that the bottom was hit already, which will be, in my opinion, still months out, such a confirmation, which doesn't mean that there is not a smaller minor chance that we have already hit it. However, my mindset stays bearish, just so no one comes here in 6 months and says, you have said the bottom is in. It's not. It just would be negligent to at this point assume that it couldn't be. But my mindset stays bearish right now. Charles Delgado says, I have over 1,850 collectibles and comics, and I can't wait until MCP. I do realize we are in a bear market, but it's fine with me because I have time and I will continue to collect. I think absolutely the same. I 100% agree with you guys, or with you, Charles. I have 450 collectibles. I feel the same. In the beginning, when we had this bull run, I was saying, and I didn't move from this opinion. I said that I was holding for several years because I am not here for the quick buck. Like, I'm not here to put in $10,000 and double my money. So obviously I take it, right? I take it. If it in the end is only double the money, I take it. But I want to see what happens if a secret rare comic that is worth a lot in the real life, with a scarcity of 250 editions, hits the demand of multi-million new crypto millionaires that are going absolutely degenerate into NFT projects again. This was what happened to CryptoPunks in the last bull run, which were like, think about Ether Rock. Everyone who doesn't know what is Ether Rock, it was just one of the first ever NFTs out there. It was a little pixelated rock, and it sold for like $500,000 or $1 million US, just because some of these people that made a tremendous killing on crypto coins used this crypto to purchase NFTs to flex, because like they spent 150 of their thousands and thousands of ETH on this thing, and it's just insane amounts of money. So don't think this couldn't happen to Veve in the next years, but it will take time. We need to have a turnaround in the crypto market, overall sentiment in the macro economy for that. Bitcoin exploding, profits trickle into altcoins exploding, profits trickle into small caps exploding, profits trickle into NFTs. From the lower risk in crypto market to the highest risk assets. And then this will happen, in my opinion. And maybe we can clip that and replay this in 3 years or so, or in 2 years when the bull market is on. We can revisit this statement. Yo, Nick, what's going on? Appreciate you. Digital assets still the future. Absolutely, we're absolutely early on this whole idea. Obviously, many projects and companies will not make it, but so far so good. Veve looks very, very solid, and I prefer them not having cash out for another year than going down, because people do a bank run on them. But that's only my opinion. Obviously, cash out is a good future to instigate trust. They need to put this back, and they will find another provider. I'm very, very sure of it. Digital assets like Bitcoin is art-based. What do you mean by that? You need to explain. Requires mass adoption for a positive future. Will it happen? I think it will, because basically mass adoption in Ecomi and Veve depends on whether you can use those assets or not. And we have seen in the Veveverse or in the Veveverse demo that there's quite a good-looking space that far exceeds the look and feel of Sandbox and Decentraland, where you can use those assets, and then it's not only assets that are well designed or whatever. These are assets where each asset comes with their individual fan base. Like each Marvel comic comes with the individual gigantic Marvel comic fan base, plus that new digital comic fan base that has already established. Each Mickey NFT comes with the Disneyland family. There are YouTube channels that are only focused on Disneyland. I mean, on Disney stuff. So I think it will happen, and I think it will be massive. It will be insane. I think personally, if you disagree, then we can talk about. But I personally think it will happen. So I'm absolutely chill with my Veve NFTs on that side, because I think these days we had some people over here from my girlfriend's family from Brazil, and I showed them the AR functionalities in the Veve app, and they were completely mind blown. They didn't know about this. So we are living in this bubble in which AR functionality, putting a comic on the table and opening it by a click on the smartphone screen and going and zooming on the comic, is old. It's not new news. You cannot excite anyone in the Veve fam anymore with this feature. But if you show it to people outside, they are completely blown away that this even exists. So it will take more time for people to adopt this, as like with everything, like with the internet and so on. They almost 10 years after the internet emerged, people said that the internet would go away and millions would give up on it. And yet the internet is like the biggest wealth catalyst that we ever had on the earth, basically. Yeah, is that correct? Probably even more than like industrialization with steam machines and steam-driven machines and oil and so on. I would argue that the internet is the single biggest value driver that we have ever seen on the face of the earth until now. So I think that people just take time to realize how big this this whole thing is. Anyways, let's just look at what is going on in the macro, so we can see where we are right now in terms of max pain, because we have seen right now the Silvergate bank, but there is other things going on, and that is Amazon is laying off 18,000 people, and that signals more pain for tech sector as recession fears mount. So they're still talking. I don't know how they can still talk about recession fears, but they are still talking about fears. I would argue we are already in a recession, and we need to be careful that these, as you can see here, we have here the big tech lead layoffs. Amazon, Facebook, Salesforce, all together, almost 30,000 people laid off. Percentage of total workforce probably is this on this side. I will get this bigger here for you. So as you can see here, big tech layoffs, Salesforce, Cisco, Twitter, although because of the restructuring that Elon put into place. And then we have better.com. Seems like better.com is one lone survivor of the dot-coms, of the dot-com bubble with this name, and Peloton. So tech giant Microsoft and Google, Alphabet have already hinted at cost cuts, including layoffs. And this is something that where industry always said that they wouldn't or where the politics always said that the labor market is strong. This is usually what happens after these massive rate hikes, that the labor market in whatever branch that is affected the most has to cut back. And also, if you think about Amazon had to hire many people throughout the health crisis, because people were only purchasing stuff online. And now that people are pressured by gas prices, they do not get stimulus checks anymore. They have all this inflation, increasing prices everywhere. They spend less than normally, so Amazon had to cut back. And Meta, we will see how Meta develops with the metaverse overall. Let's look quickly at this here, because also we get a little hint on how 2023 is going to develop. US stocks slip as Fed damps hopes of interest rate cuts in 2023. Investors stay low as central bank signals more work to be done to bring inflation back down to target. And this is something that is historical. Every time in overall history when inflation rose about 4%, the Fed had to raise interest rates above the level of where the CPI, so consumer inflation, was in that time. So right now, I think it's expected to come down in the direction of 5%, and the interest rates are at 4.25%. So we see that U.S. stocks already reacted to this, although, and also the S&P 500, but crypto didn't react to it. So crypto is still moving sideways, and the big question is, together with the Silvergate stuff and with Amazon layoffs and with recession becoming more and more word of 2023, the biggest question is, are we at max pain with this and the price stays where it is, or are we going to go lower in a consequence? Here's another article on this, where it basically says, where is it? Yeah, so the FOMC basically put this statement out. There's nothing new, I think, in this one. Yeah, the officials also mentioned that the FOMC effort to restore price stability will be impacted if markets begin to loosen up financial conditions, particularly if they are lured by the Fed reaction to the inflation data. And I think this is the point that we need to look at. There are two charts that we need to look at. Let's look at what I mentioned before on CPI and interest rate meeting. So you see this gap here. CPI is sitting in this report at 6, and the interest rate is at 4.5. So technically, to meet this, a rate hike of 1.5, like split up into 3.5ers or into several 0.25s, would be necessary. And probably the objective is to meet somewhere here in the middle of these two graphs and get the interest rate slightly above the CPI curve, which is the light blue one here. So you see, technically the Fed doesn't have to go much further if we do not get other catalysts that let the CPI skyrocket once again. But right now it looks more in the direction that these catalysts are loosening a little bit, like supply chain issues with China after China loosened a little bit, the overall health restrictions that they have. We see that that gas prices and stuff like that they are coming down a little bit. So all of these things could adjust a little bit and give a little bit more room so that inflation doesn't increase much further. If it does, if we see inflation go way higher, then we have a problem. Then we will see the Fed with massive rate hikes to catch inflation, and then we will see the crypto market bleed once again, in my opinion. That said, the crypto market also suffers from, if you see, this is the Google Trends analysis here, over the entire time that crypto is around for the search term crypto. And you can see that interest in crypto and price action in the bull runs correlate. So this is what we have right now, and we can do the same for example for NFT, and you will see like that we are very, very close to before the overall NFT run. So NFTs obviously are not around since a very long time, so you can basically not find any NFT scores from Google before 2020, because it was basically not on the radar for more than a couple of people. And that is something that needs to show you also that Ecomi and Veve, they were really on the forefront of innovation, because Ecomi and Veve have started working with NFTs here in 2017, 18. So no one was interested in NFTs. So, but if you look at, for example, Bitcoin, you can see that over this entire time that there is already a difference. Like it didn't sink, it didn't crash like here in the last bull run. Sentiment crashed enormously, and here it didn't go as high as then and didn't drop as low. So I think that in terms of the Bitcoin search terms interest in the space, we are pretty good. Let me know, guys, what you think about all of this. So what we see here is, let's say a collectible ELSA GM, for example, is 200 gems. Its all-time high was 5.5K. Do you think it's possible it gets back to ATH in the next bull market, even though there was a gem scam and deals? So I think you have to put the 5.5K also in the perspective that there was no cash out, and that if you would have cashed out in the way that there was a cash out for gems that were purchasable at 0.5, so you would have cashed out the 5.5K ELSA for $2,750 at the time, because no one would have paid you the $1 at the 5.5K ratio. So I think this was an internal inflation. You cannot say that the Donnie, that if the Marvel Comics #1 sold for 80,000 gems, that it was purchased for $80,000, because in fact it was purchased by a Dr. Profit, for example, for $40,000, because he purchased the gems for 0.5. So yes, after the cash out, many people functionality benefited from converting those gem stacks that they had into US dollars. Some accounts were frozen and banned for forever. So, and also gem stacks seized. But I would put it into perspective. So I would say, in any way, I think next bull run, a collectible, like a key collectible like ELSA Golden Moments from the first run will easily exceed their all-time highs. I think so. But on the other hand, I would put the valuation, I would put the all-time high that it had at the time at a price point of $2,750 US dollars, and not 5.5K. Also, my portfolio of the collectibles shot up to 50K or so. And I would never assume, because there was no cash out at the point, that I would have been able, if there was cash out implemented, to cash out all those collectibles at this price point. Gem scams with real users should have been banned. There were many users that have been banned, actually. So there are accounts that are banned for forever because of that. And also, don't forget that there is a whole, some people might still go to jail for this, that we would never know the names of, because there is a whole cybercrime unit that went after the people that did this credit card frauds and this gem fraud. So the New Zealand authorities plus cybercrime units went after these people. So there could be some severe jail time coming for some of those, especially if they are sitting in New Zealand, and because money laundering laws and stuff like that are really, really heavy on them. Cornish crypto, what's going on, my man? How is my favorite German? How is my how is my favorite Truro Crusader going? Truro, I made an exchange there as a child from school in Truro. They have a big cathedral for a very small town. But yeah, I was visiting a school there. Was an amazing experience. Super nice family. I stayed there. So my greetings to the Cornish. Robocop trailer dropped. Well, then I think we should pull it up there, right? Let me just see this here. I hope they didn't use like, let me just get to Veve here. I hope they didn't put a music here, so I will put this without sound, I think. Oops. There we go. How can I pull this up so that it doesn't look weird? Okay. So let me go in here. Share my screen. Where is it? There is it. So there you go. Part man, part machine, all cop. In celebration of the 35th anniversary, your favorite futuristic crime fighter RoboCop is coming to Veve. This must have been digital collectible from the I think I got ruffled here, guys. Thanks for staying with me. Lost 10 people on on this one. I wanted to show you the trailer, but didn't. I don't know how far you saw it. I got ruffled there. Guys, head over to the Veve channel. Look at the RoboCop. Roger, what's going on? Are you still with me, guys? This is just, we are at the Brazilian beach. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I can show you. I can do this in the end. So you had to to we didn't have nature here. That's what I wanted to say. But maybe it can focus here on the background. So as you can see here, there is a river behind here. I think the name of the river is Mampituba or whatever. Here is the Brazilian city, and basically to the other direction there is the beach. So no beach view for me, but it serves. Actually, I spend most of the time outside, so it doesn't matter. But it's actually not a hotel. I'm staying with the parents of my girlfriend, so they have this beautiful apartment here. But that's the view from the room where we are sitting here, Veve. Yeah, RoboCop. So what I said about RoboCop was only it seems to be a one ultra rare collectible sound and animation, and I'm going for it if it's very scarce. Guten Abend, says Martin. Good evening to you all that are in where we do not have the sun anymore. Heard about the Wyre fiasco. Yeah, we covered this in the beginning of the stream, the whole Wyre fiasco, and was hoping to see Omi tanks so I could pick up some more. It's holding pretty well in the light of a black swan like that. Yeah, actually, the point is that if you have cash out or not at the moment doesn't affect Omi at all until they basically declare that in order to implement new cash out functionality, they have to postpone Omi utility, and then yes, then you will see the price tank. So could be that it takes longer. Very true, good points. Thank you, Anand. And oh no, that must have been rug pull. Philip is yes, back again. And Vitimon says, non-Vivi question for you. I know you are trilingual. When you think to yourself, what language are your thoughts in? Usually German, but if I spend a long time in Brazil, I think in Portuguese. And when I listen to a lot of YouTube content, audiobooks in English on my own, and do a live stream and talk with you guys, then sometimes my thoughts to my own are in English. That's really weird. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter anymore because there is a nice story. I was in this exchange that I told Cornish before, in Cornwall, in Truro, and it was my first experience ever abroad. Or abroad, it was not on another country. It was just a jump from Germany to the other island, but in another language, in a foreign language, living with another family. And it started after 1 week living with this family that I started thinking and dreaming in English. And I got scared, and I told my mom that I don't want to lose the capability of thinking and speaking in German. And she said, no, but that's not the case. And before I talked to her on the phone, in panic, I grabbed a German book that I brought with me and read some lines in German just to check if I still was capable of speaking German. So, and obviously later you know that your brain is capable of insane amounts of processing and data and other miraculous things. So that was really funny story. But yeah, what is, I think what's the most challenging in languages for me is when sometimes it happens in Germany when I'm at the company and there are people that are Brazilians and I speak Portuguese, and then another person English, and another person wants something in German. Then sometimes I say something in German to the Brazilian and respond in Portuguese to the English, and then, oh, sorry, I need to switch up the language. But yeah, these things happen once you are in a multilingual situation. Are you open at all on being on a stream with Veve mates, a few people on Bob's sales channel? I'm one of them now. Well, clearly, what will it? Just send me a DM on Twitter, or what will it about? Will it be about? When do you want to have a stream? I will be in Brazil, so a little bit short on time until the 19th of January. But sure, I'm always open to hop on someone else's channel and we just talk. I mean, Veve Mates sounds that is very focused on the Veve app, so I'm absolutely open to that. If you honestly, some people were like, you have to invite Randy, and so I invited Randy because I wanted to talk to him as well. We did a live stream. Then some people from the community that I wanted to speak with, I invited to my channel. So why not hopping on someone else's channel? Always possible. Yeah, let's just talk about how it can be, and then we get it done. Okay, so I think, there's one last thing. So we saw a lot of negative stuff and we talked about how things can be a positive outlook in a multiple years, but there's one thing that could be positive that I wanted to quickly show you before we head off here. But and that is, let me just share the screen once more and hope we don't get rugged for the third time. As long as the rug pull is only like this, we are good, right? So this one I saw right now, and it says here, there it is, Indonesia to launch national crypto exchange in 2023, a regulated one. And the comment that I want to give you here from the government is, in fact, crypto assets have become investment and financial instruments, so they need to be regulated on an equal basis with other financial investments and instruments, which on one hand is obviously against some of the things that the crypto space brought with it. But it's a good thing because, I mean, Indonesia is such a gigantic country. They have been, I think crypto in general has been banned in Indonesia, at least in a certain way. I think since 2017, it was somewhere here. Here it says Indonesia imposed a blanket ban on crypto payments starting in 2017. So obviously we want to see that the world is opening up to adopting crypto. Only then mass adoption can happen. And I thought this was pretty interesting because not many people know about Indonesia, but Indonesia is is a very, very big country with a huge population. I think it's the biggest Muslim population in the world, I think. Yeah, but there you go. That was the positive news that we can find in the overall pain situation. How much OMI do you hope to aim for over 2023? Bro, I saw your vid of 7 coins. Do you have a target OMI holding to aim for? So I will try to add another 500,000 by the end of January, like 500K, so which would bring me up to around 2 million. And then over the rest, I would just DCA, because this would be a larger chunk at current prices. And then I would just DCA up to wherever it gets me, right? It needs to be balanced in the rest of my portfolio. The 7 coins video that I made basically reflects what most of my portfolio looks like, but with the weighing of that, most of, like, almost 80% of the entire portfolio is Bitcoin, VeChain, and Ecomi together. So these 3 are almost 80% of the entire crypto portfolio. But I want to have an overweight of Bitcoin just to give more stability to the portfolio. But anyways, this is only my way of dealing with it. And yes, I want to get to 2 million OMI right now, and then I want to go further, and let's see, maybe targeting 5 million in the next run, or not in the next run, but in the next period over 2023. Happy New Year, by the way. Top content as always, mate. Thank you, Russ. Good to see you again. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope that this answer pleases you. Living Aloha says, good read, as Ecomi is a Singapore-based company. Well, that is very interesting as well, and certainly helps with crypto adoption if you're Singapore-based. I think VeChain is also, at least has been founded in Singapore, which is very funny because it's like the V fam and the Veve fam, and it's VeChain and Veve, and both founders are Asians, like Sunny Lu from VeChain and David Yu. So it's Lu and Yu. So there are my biggest portfolio is on Lu and Yu. So as Warren Buffett, I made a video in the beginning of my channel. I made a video about the similarities between VeChain and Omi in terms of real life use cases and stuff like that. And basically the main point was that I want to bet on the jockey, like Warren Buffett suggested once, that when he invested in BYD, in the Chinese manufacturer of, I think, batteries that also supplied Tesla, I think, or at least some electric cars companies, he invested in the company not because of the numbers, but because of the guy that was leading the company. So overall, very interesting to see it from that perspective. Agree with Chainlink. It's $5 now. It was 50 last bull run. Easy 10x in the next cycle. I agree. Chainlink is one of the most proven and most used real life use crypto projects. Or projects not. It's it's like a real company. They are supplying so many people, so many bigger projects with data on chain. So very, very good project. Sorry, I posted the regs in the chat above. The regs? What do you mean by the regs? The regs? Could read as a community. Okay. Anyways, I think that's it for today. I will throw myself into beautiful nature and into the pool right now, grab a cold drink and eat something and so on. The regulations, and drink something and enjoy my days in Brazil. I think I have another close to 2 weeks left in Brazil, so I'm really excited to spend these 2 weeks, and obviously also get some other videos out for you guys. I want to once again thank and welcome my new members, my channel member here, Anand. Welcome again, and I want to thank each and every one of you who completely dropped the donation hammer here on me, which was absolutely crazy. Thank you all for doing that. Thank you, Living Aloha, and I'm looking forward into a very great year 2023 with you guys. I'm looking forward to a lot of live streams, hopping on other people's live streams, and yeah, with that said, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next video or live stream. Bye.